everybody agrees on the goal. After all, it was pretty obvious that they needed the bridge. Tommy shared his leadership. He got the guys focused on the goal, and he made sure each guy got to help. Once they got into it, it was really fun. But on any campout, there are a lot of jobs that, well, just aren't much fun. Picking up trash, scrubbing pots, or digging a latrine may not be every guy's idea of a cool time. As a patrol leader, you have to get the unfun things done too.
Raven Patrol.
Watch this and see if it isn't pretty typical.
All right, have a seat. All right, guys. Okay, you can get the stove ready for us, okay?
All right.
And we're gonna need to get the food out. Get that prepared. And what are you guys gonna do again?
We're gonna go check the tents, make sure everything's okay.
Yeah, okay, that'll work. And we're gonna need some water, okay? Can you go get it for us?
Go get the water again? Yeah, look, I'm tired of being your stupid gopher. It's not fair. Why don't you get someone else to do it?
Ever see that happen? Tommy is really on the spot now. If he lets Sam get away with not doing his share, the other guys will be on his back about it the rest of the weekend. While he might be able to physically force Sam to do the work, he doesn't want to get into a fight over something like this. Part of Tommy wants to go to Scoutmaster Lewis or the senior patrol leader about it, but deep down he knows that he has to solve it on his own. What would you do? Before we try to answer that, let's think for a minute. Earlier, we said that a good leader was able to help a group meet its goals. We've talked about how sharing leadership can make it fun to reach the goal. But life isn't that simple. People don't always agree on every goal or on what's their fair share. We call the result conflict. It can start with bad feelings. It can turn into an argument. It sometimes blows up into a physical fight. As a patrol leader, you're going to see some problems like these, and you're going to have to deal with them. Dealing with conflict is not as hard as it seems, and it's not a matter of breaking up fistfights. Well, not usually.
So, you're gonna be on cleanup detail this time? No, Louie, I remember. I did it last time. No, you didn't. Yeah, I did. No, you didn't. He did it, he did it, he did it, he did it, and then I did it. No, Louie, I remember I did it last time. No, you didn't. Yes, Louie, look, are you trying to do the same thing you always do to me? No, you didn't.
Hey, chill, all right? Calm down. Now, we're the Lizard Patrol, right? I will make sure...
Actually, if you deal with conflict early enough, you won't see that many guys get into the old push and shove routine.
He's right.
Shame on you!
What did you do that for? Well, you didn't have to go and hit me, did you? Is my nose bleeding? I haven't any courage at all. I even scare myself. Look at the circles under my eyes. I haven't slept in weeks.
Why don't you try counting sheep?
That doesn't do any good. I'm afraid of them.
Oh, that's too bad. Don't you think the wizard could help him, too?
I don't see why not. Why don't you come along with us? We're on our way to see the wizard now, to get him a heart.
And him a brain.
I'm sure he could give you some courage.
Well, wouldn't you feel degraded to be seen in the company of a cowardly lion? I would.
Oh, of course not.
Gee, that's awfully nice of you.
Wow, look. I got the jacket. Hey, come back here. Back here with my jacket.
Tommy's scoutmaster, Jim Lewis, is very skilled in dealing with conflict. He notices when there's something brewing.
How's it going?
Not so good.
What's wrong?
Jason took my jacket.
He seems to notice what's going on, and he knows how to listen. All the scouts in the troop feel like they can talk to him if they have a problem. He knows that number one in dealing with conflict is being able to listen, to understand where the other guy is coming from. Another word for this is empathy. It's just a fancy way of saying walking around in another guy's shoes. Showing empathy is the best way to show respect for others. A good scoutmaster never uses put-downs or treats guys like babies. The guys feel respected and respect the adult leaders in return. It's the same with junior leaders. Good leaders don't pull rank on the other scouts. They're interested in what everybody has to say. They can tell if a guy isn't having a good time, and they check it out. Empathy. It's number one. Sometimes there are real arguments between two scouts in a patrol. That brings us to point number 2.
It's moving. It's alive. It's alive. It's moving. It's alive. Oh, it's alive. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive.
Good night. Excuse me. Do you mind? I'm trying to sleep. Hey.
By the time people get to fighting about something, they each figure that it's either got to be their way, in which case they win, or the other person's way, in which case they lose. I win, you lose, or you win and I lose.
Hey, whoa. What's going on?
Trying to read, and he comes in here and just wants to have his own way. Trying to catch up on some sleep. I haven't gotten sleep that much. It's still daylight.
Hey, well, is there any way you two could compromise?
No.
Thinking like this can actually get pretty dumb. This is the time when people need help inventing some alternatives.
Think of something, guys. Come on.
This is where you come in. What would you do?
Hey, whoa. What's going on?
Notice how our senior patrol leader came in with a smile and some questions. He got the guys talking, and things cooled down right away. Check out his attitude. He showed empathy and respect. Then he got everybody thinking about some solutions. That's the inventing part.
Well, is there any way we could get what both you guys want? Come on.
You try to get everybody inventing solutions. When you get around the win or lose thinking, you can see all the possible ways to solve the problem. The leader here doesn't act like a judge. It's not a matter of who is right and who is wrong. The question is, how can this problem be solved in a way in which everybody wins? 9 times out of 10, there's an alternative to fighting, and it doesn't have to come from you. One of your strongest tools as a leader is the question. Get people to think for themselves. Remember how powerful questions were in the situations we saw earlier today? Maybe the one to ask now is,
Hey, maybe bloodshed can be avoided here, guys. Is there any way y'all could resolve this?
even if our 2 prize fighters aren't real inventive right away, just listening to both sides is helpful. If they can invent their own solution, they'll be more likely to abide by it later. Got it yet? By now, you've surely figured out that there are 9 different places to tap on a magazine. Try it out on your folks at home or the kids in school. The reason for this little magic show was to practice inventing. There were a lot of possible solutions to this problem. You probably thought of at least 4 or 5 ways the magazine was being pointed out by the medium. The longer it took you to figure the trick out, the more possible solutions you invented. See how smart you are? As a leader, you'll encounter conflict, not just in Scouts, but in school, sports, at home, and even among friends. In a conflict situation, you need to be able to come up with as many clever solutions as possible.